This is a tablespoon. You can find this in your kitchen. What I'm going to do is bend it and unbend it seamlessly. Bring the camera closer. Back to being solid. Welcome to the Rami Magic Show. Did you like my magic trick? I know, I'm getting better at it. I'll show you how that trick is done after the show. Stay tuned. But for now, we have a special guest. His name is Bruno Mars.
Oh boy.
His name is Adil Rahman. He's my business partner with our team at Mortgage Approvals Ottawa. He's also a huge influence in the mortgage industry and with entrepreneurs from all industries. He's also the co-founder of RX on Wheels and does some dabbling in other stuff as well. And he's going to talk about all of that today. Adil, welcome.
Thank you for having me here. I gotta say, Rami, I shaved for you. I got a haircut. I put on a nice shirt.
Yeah.
My pandemic look was keeping me going forward lately, but I figured I had to do something special for you.
Yeah. You're actually a stand-up comedian too, right?
Well,
you have dabbled in that.
I dabbled in there too as well,
Yeah.
and let's just say that COVID put my plans in the back pedal for now. So
I've seen some videos. I haven't had the chance to actually go in person yet.
Right.
So I can't wait until you're back up there.
Well, this is medicine for me, right? It's just me being in front of a stage and in front of people and just talking about my problems. So
and you're funny. Well,
thank you.
You have some pretty funny jokes.
Appreciate it.
You've been an entrepreneur all your life, right?
Yes.
Like you've owned a coffee shop before.
That's right.
And now you are a successful mortgage broker.
Thank you.
And you have your team.
Correct.
And I see it firsthand how you have, you constantly coach and post these great blogs or hints and tips to brokers that are up and coming in the industry.
Correct.
Okay. What motivates you to do that?
It's for me. It's always been people over profit. I look at there was a saying from an accountant. My accountant told me last year that if you want to go far, go fast.
Right.
And if you want to go, I messed it up, I think.
Hold on a second. Go far, go fast.
If you want, if you want to go alone, go far, or go fast. Is it? But if you want to go,
I know what you're talking about.
If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I messed it up.
Yeah.
I'm not a mortgage person. But ever since my first business, which was a kiosk in a shopping center, selling cell phone accessories, I've been a fan of people, and I think it's very important to empower people around you. First of all, because I don't think that as an entrepreneur, if you have goals and objectives, you can't get there by yourself. You need to be surrounded with good people and good, hardworking people that understand what you're going through, but also have the same goals and objective that you do, right? So yes, it is for me something of a sweet spot when you talk about people, coaching, training, empowering people. I love this.
Yeah.
And I think it became part of my trademark. A lot of people are looking at me and just saying, oh, you know what, maybe I can get the help I need from Adil. Maybe I can figure out my problem. I don't have the answers to anything, but I can assist, I can try, I can lead you to the right direction or that sort of thing. So I noticed that you see it a lot in the mortgage industry, but now it's being reflected in my other businesses. Again, I don't have the answers to anything, but if we put our brains together, we can figure it out.
Right. What is the number one tip you can give to a new entrepreneur? Is it industry based, you think? Or
It will have to be the mindset,
yeah.
right? You talk a lot about mindset.
Yeah.
And to keep it simple, I posted in our group like a couple months ago about the Martian with Matt Damon. The movie, science fiction movie, came out like about 5 years ago. So essentially, he was stuck
On planet Mars.
On planet Mars.
That's right, yeah,
And
yeah.
he had to figure his way back home. Essentially, for me, if you're an entrepreneur, that's the perfect movie to watch because it essentially teaches you exactly everything that you need to do. And you have to understand that you're going to be by yourself, alone in the dark. Yes, some people will help you and will try to bring you home. But at the end of the day, this is upon you to figure out the math, solve the problem, and take yourself back home. So for me, it was a powerful business movie. And I always ask any new person, any entrepreneur that is starting in the game, just watch that movie because this is the mindset you need to get on, right?
Wow.
You're going to be alone in the dark.
Yeah.
And you need to figure this shit out yourself.
I've read. I don't remember reading that post, but that's really interesting how you would look at that movie as a business movie.
Correct.
And I'm
Entrepreneur
probably
movie, I would say.
and I'm probably going to watch it tonight.
Yeah.
Just to see what you're talking about. Other than that, what is your day like? Like, how do you put yourself in the right mindset day in, day out? I mean, you dabble with different businesses. You're always changing hats.
For sure.
How do you handle that?
Organize yourself. For me, always the day before, have my task list ready. I need to have a to-do list to know exactly how I'm going to spend my next day, right? So from Monday to Friday, usually I like to wake up in the morning, take care of myself. Around 7, between I would say 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the sweet spot. This is when my phone is not ringing. It's also quiet for the most part. Yeah, it's very quiet. So you can tackle all the big issues of the day, all the big things that you need to do. And, you heard this before. Always, start with the most difficult task.
Well, thank you for coming during your sweet spot.
Yes,
We've got the best version of Adil today.
I made an exception today.
That's really cool. I wanted to ask you about a to-do list. Okay, so
Right.
You mentioned to-do list. I have done to-do lists before.
Right.
I've used different apps. But the thing that I find works best is simply writing it down on a piece of paper.
Yes.
And just scratching it off.
Oh, beautiful. Yes.
Is that what you do? What do you do? Is there an app that you can recommend, or is there something that you use that will help you organize yourself throughout throughout your day?
So for me, I'm a big fan of Google, and I use Gmail, right?
Okay.
And Gmail has this option. So 99% of what I do is on email. So my life is email. Right?
Yeah.
Gmail has this option called snooze.
Right. Yeah.
Which I'm sure you saw this before, but this has been a game changer for me because whenever we get 100, 200 emails a day, I just organize it. Okay, I'll deal with this on Sunday afternoon. I'll deal with this on Monday morning. This is important. I'll have to deal with it in 15 minutes. I just snooze. That's how I go about my day, right? And anything on the outside not coming into my email inbox is a Google Calendar. So those two are always open on my computer at any given time.
So you have the Google Calendar.
Yes.
Okay. And this is where you plan your meetings.
Correct.
You plan your day.
Exactly.
And then you have your emails where you're snoozing it to fit within that schedule.
That's right. And then Calendly as well. So I book myself some, blocks of times.
Yeah.
And if people want to book me for that time, they just go on my calendar and just book a.
And that's on Calendly.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So you can integrate the three of them together.
Wow.
And again, it goes into your email.
So Calendly connects to Gmail?
That's right. Yeah. Okay. And, for me, it's just relief, right? I don't have to keep anything in my head or write anything on a table.
Sometimes what I'm struggling with is when I send out an email to somebody and I want a response, let's say it's a pre-approval or something around those lines, I have a hard time remembering that I've sent that email 2 or 3 days ago. Okay,
For sure.
I did discover or come across, somebody had recommended this thing called Cloud HQ that essentially tells you if this person has read your email but haven't replied, or has read your email and replied.
Correct.
Or sorry, has not read your email. So has not read your email or has read your email but not replied. So send you a reminder every 2 days or every 3 days. You set it up that way.
Beautiful. Yeah, automation is key in our industry. You know that.
Yeah. So it helps you with the follow-up and stuff like that.
Right.
How do you handle your types of follow-ups with pre-approvals or with anything that you're doing?
Right. I mean, it's getting revamped now, as you know.
Revamped.
Well, we had a busy year this year,
Right. Yeah.
And my team had to grow, so we're adding more members to the team next year, and the idea is to just revamp the whole process. Right now, obviously, it's myself and my assistant that are following up, and it's really not the most efficient way to do it. I'll have to admit it for now, but we do have plans, and we're hoping to roll out a process, hopefully in January, where, like you said, we're looking for more of an automated process.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It's very interesting that you say that, because as an entrepreneur, you're always looking to improve. Like that growth mindset always, right? And it's growing the team, making things better, easier for you, which will therefore make things easier for your clients.
Correct.
Right. And I think it must have been a post I read, and it was a list of things that you take care of. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your relationships, and your clients will be taken care of as a byproduct of the things that you've done.
Disclosure, I stole that one from someone.
You posted that, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's Dustin Woodhouse.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
Correct, yeah. And it was beautiful. When I saw it, it was something that, it hit me. Yeah. And it's 100% truth. Take care of yourself, take care of your relationship, your business partner, and your colleagues, and the clients will take care by itself.
Right.
Powerful.
We've been business partners for I think almost 2 years now.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
But we know each other for like 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You were, I've always respected you as a mortgage broker, as a businessman, as a friend, and you do a lot of stuff, especially to help other people. Okay?
Right.
And everybody, not everybody knows, but normally when you're in a mortgage, when you have a mortgage team, you're basically in there. You're doing this to grow others. Right. You're helping others grow.
Yes.
Okay. You decided though that you wanted a mortgage team.
Yeah.
You also decided to be you're a co-founder of RX on Wheels, and you decided to get into that industry because you believed in that industry.
For sure.
How do you pick the businesses that you decide to go into? How do you pick the business that you focus on, the business that you help others grow in?
Absolutely. So I'm going to take you back like maybe 5-6 years ago, when I started becoming really serious about mortgages, right? One thing that I realized happened was that I noticed that when I started helping my other colleagues, my game got better. My understanding, knowledge of the industry got better, and as a result, I think that was the reason of my success.
Learning by teaching.
Learning by teaching.
Right.
For me, it was most of the time I didn't know what I was talking about, but I made a commitment to myself, a pledge that I would not give out the wrong information. If I didn't know what I was doing, I would go hunt the answer and get back to you on it, right?
Yeah.
So for me, that became part of my DNA. What did you say? I'm learning by teaching?
Learning by teaching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just in my heart.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we witnessed some miracles with some of our agents that started with us within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
The growth, they're very experimenting, and the email, the text message I get, or the one-on-one conversations of being grateful or of, just being happy to be part of the team, just, does something to you, right?
Right.
It's the best feeling. It's the best.
Yeah.
For me, it's the best award you can get, right?
Is, yeah.
It's just helping your peers and helping them succeed, getting them to their goals. So you could say that whenever I invest or look into another business, I look at the people first, right? Their characters, show me your scars, like, have you been in other industries? Have you worked hard? Do you have a reputation that precedes you? That sort of thing. I not only look at that aspect, but then, you look at the business model. Obviously, that has to make sense. But the biggest factor is, the people.
You also help people with business models and business plans. Like, you do some consulting on that front as well, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, and that's experience. Now we butt heads all the time about reading. You tell me you're not a big reader.
Oh boy, there you go.
But you are curious.
Yes.
Right. You may not like to read the 400, 500, 600-page books, but you're curious.
That's right.
You use this app called Blinkist.
Correct.
Essentially, it's a 15-minute read that summarizes a book.
Correct. Exactly.
Right?
So it's either they call it Blinks. So it's either Blinks. So
it's not
15
Blinkist?
minute. It's Blinkist, but they call their it's
gotcha.
Blinks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's 15 minutes. Either you can read the Blinks, or you drive in the car, or you're on a treadmill. You just
can read them. You can listen to them.
you can listen to them as well,
Okay.
right? And I've been always jealous of you because you have that, that talent of reading books and going through like a few hundred pages and continuing on your journey. But I don't have that. I realized very quickly that whenever I start reading a book, all of a sudden I'm just coming out of a zone, and I'm like, what just happened? And I can't remember what I just read.
It's hard to retain everything.
Correct.
In a book. So what I like, the thing is, I have done the Blinkist.
Right.
Okay. And although it summarizes all the major and key points in the book, which is essentially what you're taking away from it,
Correct. Yeah.
it wasn't enough for me. So what I have done in the past is I've read the book and then I've read the Blinks.
Okay.
Okay. Only for books that I'm actually interested in
Correct.
that are very interesting. And Blinkist doesn't have all the books. It has a huge collection, but some books that are a little more analytical,
Correct. Yeah.
that I sometimes enjoy reading are not there.
Right.
So that's one shot on Blinkist, but ultimately, it's still a great tool
For sure.
to get knowledge. It's still a
100%.
great tool to help you grow. And I'm a huge fan of reading. I think that's the best thing you can do for yourself, regardless which industry you're in, regardless what you're trying to accomplish. There's a book out there for you.
But do you have a certain hack? Like, do you take notes when you read or anything like this, or?
It depends. So it's all about it's about the book that I'm reading. I normally like to read a business book, like a self-improvement / business book in the morning.
Right.
And I like to read a book of interest at night. Okay.
Gotcha.
So about 20 to 30 pages in the morning, 20 to 30 pages at night. In the middle of the day, I like to read the news, the Economist, Foreign Affairs, stuff like that. So I love reading and I love learning new things. So whatever it is that I can learn, I'll do it. Now, I do go through 10, 15 books per subject normally.
Okay.
So if I'm reading about, right now I'm reading about, the World War II. Well, I'll go through like 10 to 15 books about World War II.
See, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of repetition is in those books.
Oh,
like they talk
100%,
about the same thing all the time. So that repetition helps you retain more of that information.
Do you get a visual when you read?
Yeah.
You do. So you can read something and you can just have a visual. You can
It's
see it.
comforting.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. It's very comforting. It's not like
Right.
I've watched a lot of books that were transformed into movies, and some of them were just not good enough.
Yeah.
Like the movie wasn't as good. One of them was Angels and Demons by Dan Brown.
Yes.
The movie wasn't that good. I don't think. I think the book was a lot better.
Right.
Another one is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Right. Okay.
I'm not sure if you've heard of that movie.
I've think I've seen it, but it's been a while.
Yeah, so that book is substantially better, I think, than the movie. And there's 3 series to that. And anyway, probably one of the best fictional books I've read. Normally I read nonfiction, but one of the best fictional books I've read, and the book was a lot better than the movie.
Good.
So it depends, man.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know.
I think Blinkist, though, it's not none of it is non-fictional. It's all of it is non-fictional. None of it is fictional. Is there? Is there a fictional book?
No, it just, you know, nonfiction.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Sapiens by Yuval Harari.
Yes.
Okay. That book is a must-read.
Okay.
For everybody on Earth.
Right.
Okay. And I don't think it's possible to summarize it in 15 minutes.
Okay. Gotcha.
There's just so much information. That book, you can go back and read the same chapter 4 or 5 times and learn something new.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
It's probably the most brilliant book I've ever read. I got there's actually, you can get it in a cartoon format.
Oh, that could work for me.
But it's pretty cool, right?
Yes.
So you can actually get it in cartoon format. I got that a few weeks ago. I saw it, and I'm going to probably read it to my kids.
Yeah.
You know, to teach them about.
I blame Hollywood for everything. You know, they're forcing us to watch movies, and I think, you know, I'm hoping that the school system here is focusing on making sure that kids start developing a habit of reading, right? Instead of, I'll just watch the movie.
They did for us, yeah. What are you watching now?
The Crown.
I'm so proud of you.
You know, I sent you a text the other day. I was like, I love this stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a good movie show.
For sure.
I heard that it's the most expensive show Netflix has ever.
Oh,
done.
the acting.
Fantastic acting.
Yeah.
I'm only in I think like maybe 4 or 5 episodes into season 1, so I just started it.
Perfect. Yeah.
But so far, I love it.
I think, what was it? I think second episode.
Yeah.
I love it.
One more thing I want to talk about Adil. You have helped a lot of small businesses by promoting their products and using those small businesses to market, right?
Right.
And I see that on social media. Coming into the office, you always have these, like, you were promoting a bagel, a bakery, another restaurant, and you will bring that food to the office. Everybody loves the food. Increase the chance of buying from them, and this is extremely it's awesome during COVID, right?
Yes,
because we need to help those small businesses.
100%. Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know. You know, it's there's a lot of things that we want to say online, but we're kind of thinking of holding back a little bit.
Yeah,
but essentially, support local. You know,
right.
I know it's so easy to jump in Amazon and pick something, but do the extra little work. Find out if a local business can provide you that product or that thing that you're looking for, and just try to get anything you can local and support local. Yeah. But it's tough, man. It's tough. It's just it's the craziest of time.
Being a small business is tough, especially if you're in the restaurant industry, because those delivery apps take a lot of money from you too. And
for sure,
it's hard to keep up. So what you're doing is great, and honestly, if you can call the restaurant directly to make an order,
right,
do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If you could, that option is not available for everybody, but if you could do that,
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add?
I think I'm very impressed about this. I love the studio.
Thank you.
This is very nice.
We should probably do this for Mortgage Approvals Ottawa.
100%.
And talk more about mortgages.
Yes.
I know. We're both mortgage brokers. We barely talked about mortgages today.
Exactly.
I wanted to pick your brain because you are so good with people, and you are so good with helping others grow. You've helped me grow personally in the mortgage industry and as a person. And you're always a good person to go to for advice.
Yeah,
you
heard it here first.
So that's why I wanted to bring you on the show.
Thank you.
Just to introduce you to everybody that doesn't know you. I'm pretty sure everybody does already.
Yes.
And that's basically the reason, man.
Listen, I love this. I'm looking forward to the next visit, and it's a chance to dig deeper, and I'll let you know about Sapiens.
You'll thank me for it.
All right, I'm holding up to that.
I want to show you guys how that trick is made, actually.
Yes, let's see it. The suspense is killing me.
Solid spoon. This is how it looks like in the back end here. Then put this on top like this. And then when you bend it, it's like this. Start to show. When you bend it, you're basically just doing this.
Oh, there you go. See?
Right? And you lift it back up again.
Don't do this at home.
Thank you for watching the show. Thank you, Adil, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Not sure who's going to be here next week. I might be solo. I might have somebody. But it's really appreciated. You'll have Adil Rahman's information on the bottom of the screen. You'll have mine on the bottom of the screen as well. Thank you for watching. God bless.